can stand for your man, honey. Try to can but can. Put your man in the can, honey. Get him while you can. Can but can. Can but can. If you can. So can but can. Oh, how much fun is that song? Let's just turn the PA off. Oh, this is becoming a professional bass player. My name's Deborah, and this is the video journal of my career transition. I haven't turned that off somehow. And that very clearly was Can the Can by Suzi Quatro. And thank you for tuning in, because without doing this video journal, I wouldn't have learnt that. I've got no need for that professionally to use it. And I thought, well, how am I going to open today's episode? I haven't turned this off properly. What have I turned off there? Something else. I thought, how am I going to open this episode? And then I thought, Can the Can. Absolutely. She was fabulous. She was fabulous. She's in her 70s now, and what a performer. What I would say, it was really exciting to be in the room with Suzi Quatro. And I was aware of just how much my child self, like my 5-6-year-old self, would be thrilled and pleased with me that I bought a ticket. And there's something about her as a performer. She's a very exciting lady, and she's somebody, I mean, if you watch the documentary that's been recently made about her by a team in Australia, and I've watched it 4 or 5 times now, and I think it's probably been the motivator behind the purchase of a couple of jumpsuits at least. I watched that documentary and I was really taken with how she has choreographed her own life, you know, carved her own path, decided what she wants to do, set out to do something. I mean, she comes from a musical family, but being a sort of lead performer like that and going over to London, she really did, carve her own path. And I find that exciting in a human being. And she was talking, and this is in the documentary as well, about the musicals she's written and the books and all that sort of stuff. And I just thought, good on you, Suzi, you know. She's a real inspiration, even more so because at the time that she was doing this, there weren't that many women doing it. Now, somebody kindly commented about Carol Kay. Yes, you know, what a wonderful bassist. And I wish I'd known about her when I was younger. In actual fact, she only came on my radar about, 10 years ago, I'm embarrassed to admit. And so when I was growing up, there just wasn't anybody except Suzi, and it was lovely to see her on Tuesday night. So what have I got to tell you? I knuckled down to it and I got my backing tracks done, and I feel quite relieved about that. And ticket sales have been going very well, actually. So things are really going very well. What this means is I have simply swapped my worries. So about a month ago, I was worrying that we'd put all of this effort in and nobody would be coming along. Now we've sold tons of tickets. I've got the opposite worry, which is like, I've sold tons of tickets. I hope it's, I hope it's all going to go well and we're not going to let everybody down. We won't let everybody down. That's a silly thing to say, but my brain is moving on to other areas, like what's it going to be like for guests as they enter? How will the ticketing system work? How we, make sure that the people on the guest list go in. All the event management stuff from my marketing background is coming to the fore, and I'm thinking about the consumer experience from the moment they step into the railway to the moment they get up there. I want it to be smooth and fun and glamorous. So we're going to work on making an entrance to Disco Heaven to go above the door, so that as you go in, because it's the upstairs room, remember, so people will be drinking in the bar downstairs, then they go upstairs, and we've got our own private bar, which is a lovely setup. And my husband Spencer will be on the door and he needs to have a list of who's coming and what have you. So I've got to do that. But I have to tell you, actually, in terms of what worked really well for us as a marketing endeavour, was the flyering in person. So we did one day in Southend, or an afternoon in Southend. I did an evening at Leigh-on-Sea train station. Then we did an afternoon in Old Leigh, which is a little fishing port for those of you that aren't from this area. And then I was looking at what was on at the Cliffs Pavillion, and I saw that Labyrinth was showing. And the Cliffs Pavillion is a theatre venue, so it's not a cinema. But they had one of those where they show an old movie, but a popular movie, and they get an orchestra in. Well, I thought, that's pretty perfect. If you're going for an experience of Labyrinth, which is a very magical movie with the Muppets in, Jim Henson's Muppet Company, and you're wanting something more like an orchestra or a band playing, those are our people. So Wednesday night of this week, I went along to the Cliffs Pavilion, and I cannot tell you how much I didn't want to go. I was really tired. I'd been out Monday. I'll tell you a bit more about that in a minute. I've been out Tuesday at Suzi Quatro. I was just shattered. But I made myself go. And what a gift it was. Because at the end of that performance, and it had been actually a little bit disappointing for audience members. I don't normally talk about things that are disappointing. I don't like to slate anyone. I wasn't in there. But some people left early, and I said, oh, can I ask you why you're leaving? And they said, well, the band is titchy and the screen is titchy. That means tiny if you're watching in a different country. And, you know, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So these were people coming out of the interval, and of course I gave them a flyer for something that's going to be, you know, everything that you want it to be, really magical, really full on. So after that, I thought, right, okay. And I popped my head round. I opened the door and I popped my head round, and I could see that the screen was indeed not very big. And the band, they don't have an orchestra pit there. So really, at 40 minutes after that, I got 500 slightly disappointed Labyrinth fans. This is the marketing jackpot for Divine Funk, because for everyone that was coming out kind of hoping it had been a bit more and a bit more immersive and a bit more involved and a bit more magical, I could hand them a flyer and have my stereo blaring, and I was all dressed up. I had a sort of headdress with flashing lights on it, going, you know, if you like Labyrinth, you will love Divine Funk's immersive disco. And they couldn't wait to get the flyers off of me. So it was really, I was so glad that I made the effort and I went. And with all of that happening, tickets have now really sold well. And I've moved on to, as I say, worrying about making sure everything goes all right on the night, because I want people to have a fantastic time. And they will. I mean, we've done it 3 times before. We love doing it. We're giving a lot of love to the audience that come. So I think they'll have a nice time. Martha has been designing the cocktail menu to make sure it looks beautiful. I've been putting cocktail accessories into easy to use kits for the bar staff and typing up instructions. We're going to make some training videos tomorrow that I'll probably share on social media as well. And I'm going to include now a short film of my wings. My new wings arrived. So I've been a peacock and I've been various different things in Divine Funk, but I'm going to be a swan this time. So I ordered these enormous pink swan wings. I mean, you'll see when I attach the film. They are nothing short of fabulous. And I should be able to play the bass in them quite well. I've got all of this weekend to practice the songs again. I want to get really good so that, you know, I can give of my best when it comes to the 25th. But I don't mind admitting I'm quite knotted up. I'm quite anxious about it going well, keyed up. And I need to work on that psychologically so that I've got the the right energy to enjoy it, because that's the point. If we're all enjoying it as performers, then the audience will enjoy it. It's not I want it to go well, and we will all work our hardest to make sure it goes well. And ultimately, nothing runs perfectly, and it's about having fun. So there's nothing less fun, actually, than someone who's made something fun going, have fun, be perfect, So I want to kind of shake that off and get in the right mood of pleasure. That is the right environment for Divine Funk. You have a lovely weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.